Welcome, everyone. It is Sandra Alexei, and it is December the 4th. And I'm very, very excited to have my dear friend Leslie. We're actually together. Usually it's just Zooming, okay?
This is the new way to Zoom.
This is the new way to Zoom. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited because today is December the 4th, and we actually have Neptune that's gone direct, which means we have a lot of clarity and a lot of reality. Okay. First of all, I want to say for those that know me, welcome. For those of you that don't, if you go to the show me section, you'll see my website, mypersonalmuse.com, and the different services I give. If you go to the top right, you'll see a Game Changer, and Game Changer is the latest book that I've written, and it's a book on relationships. Okay. It makes a really, really nice gift for Christmas.
It does.
Now, what I want to say is we're doing dialoguing, and Ken and Leslie have a very unique business, which I'm going to let you tell you about. And they're on tour. Okay, really, they're from BC, but they're just in Edmonton. And so I'm meeting with them today at the Holiday Inn here so we can do this. And they leave Tuesday for Toronto for work they have to do. So the thing is, instead of Santa Claus is coming to town, ITR is coming to town. Okay,
that's right.
And she's going to tell you what it's about. And we have a very special session today. It's what do you bring to relationship and what's happening in December for everybody when it comes to the holiday season. So Leslie, tell them about your business and what you do, please.
Well, thank you so much, Sandy. And it has been a very long time since we have been together. I said today, seeing you, it was like a dream. And I just really am so happy that we are together and we can just sit here and enjoy one another and talk about things. But yeah, my name is Leslie Donaldson with ITR Polygraph. My husband is Ken Donaldson. He's a certified forensic psychophysiologist, AKA that means certified polygraph examiner. And that has been our full-time career for 20 years. And we go through the different provinces, helping everybody. I don't care who you are. We don't discriminate against anybody. We offer the tool, the polygraph, as a tool for anybody to use to prove that what they're saying is true. And yes, I do. I put posts out that, you know what? Give the gift of truth to your partner at Christmas time. Give the gift of truth to your family members or anything else like that. We've been buying gifts for people all the time, but you know what? Are we sitting down as people talking about us? Are you being accused of something or things like that? That's what this is about. And I tell people, if you're being accused today, it's a situation today, it's a situation tomorrow, next week, and next month. So life is too short for that. Either you're in a healthy relationship, or is it struggling or anything else like that? And that's very much what Game Changer is all about. You know, we endorse this book.
That's
actually
right.
Just one moment. That's the ITR phone. Hang on.
Oh, get it, Leslie. Anyway, I work in real life. So what's happening, Ken and Leslie have a business. They're here. I'm just really excited. What I do want to say is we have so much disinformation. There's so much lying going on in the whole world.
Yeah.
Okay. And I do have to say this, whether you like her or not, but Elon Musk bought Twitter and he opened everything up. So everything that has been hidden, okay, is going to be exposed. And I am an astrologer. I'm a business and spiritual coach. Okay. And I've been writing about this since 2008. The lies are finished. It's about being honest. It's about being truthful. And it's about having faith and hope, because the world is in kind of a crazy place right now. So today, what we want to talk about is relationships. What do you bring to the relationship? How much have you discovered about yourself? That's the first part. And the second part is about parent alienation and how you guys work sometimes with the Justice Department and with people, because
Edmonton Family Court.
Right, because children get hurt. So really right now, and Leslie, I'm just going to start it and you chime in, is
Sure.
like, what I find is come December, there's lots of Christmas parties. Okay, number one. Number two, there's a lot of single party people that go to Christmas parties, and you're amongst married men, married women. And it's very easy if you're having a challenge at home to think of maybe having a one-night stand or an affair. That's number one. Number two, people that are alone are really wanting to have somebody at Christmas time, especially New Year's, to go out.
That's it.
Number one. So what they do is right now, the singles websites and social media and everything is just blossoming. Okay. Number three, what I am going to tell you is I worked with someone, and if that someone's watching it, she will know. Okay. Because I've worked in a lot of different situations. I was absolutely shocked. And this was back in about 2015. There was a young gal, very pretty, was on a dating site. And she said to me, what she was really proud of is that Monday night, she wants to go to Rigoletto's. Tuesday night, she wants to go to a barbecue place or a rib place. Wednesday to a Chinese, Thursday and Friday. And I go, what are you talking about? And she goes, when I'm on there, because of who I am, I'm very pretty. And she said, they have to take me for dinner. Okay. So I'm going to leave it up to you as to what kind of person she was. Okay.
Take her.
Exactly.
Take her.
So there's two different things. And basically Game Changer is about, once you start the self-discovery process, which the first chapter is about, you start to find your own worth and your own value and everything. And you realize who you are and what you want. Okay. And so there's no energy, there's no being, nobody's going to take you. You're not going to be a codependent. You're going to be a whole individual. So when it comes to this Christmas thing and wanting to get a partner, be honest, is what I ask, and say, you know what, I'm really looking for a friend. And I think the very first thing is in the book, I'm describing the different chapters. There is one on your lover is your best friend.
I was just going to say, your lover is not your possession.
Right.
Your lover is your best friend.
Yes.
And are we building that person up, or are we constantly tearing that person down?
Right.
You know, just like this whole time that we're here every day, we help people with infidelity issues. And I have men and women constantly coming here being accused every single day. You're doing this, but it isn't just that. They call them names. They swear at them. You're a this, you're a that. Is that my friend? No. Sandy, if you were to call me, you're a this or you're a that, we're going to have a situation. So why do couples think that they can call each other names like that? When did we start to do that? We are either friends or not. Do you treat your coworkers better than your partner? Meaning this, do you get up from wherever you are and then going to work and you take your coworkers a coffee and stuff like that? But what did you do for your partner that morning? Right. What did you do? So and what you're saying is, what do you bring to the table? And this Christmas, we have, and I really want to be upbeat with this, because we have been in such a terrible time over the last 2 to 3 years. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And this year, finally, exactly, let's be different. If people were a little bit cranky and prickly last year or the year before, and some people weren't invited for Christmas or this or that, could you open your door and invite your family members and your best friends to come and sit back down at your table? That it doesn't matter what people's choices are in life. Isn't that what we're all talking about here? I don't care. Just let's be in each other's company. Let's be civil. Let's love each other again for just having fun with each other. Right. We don't always have to be talking about, everything political or anything else like that. So let's just have fun and invite, what are we teaching these children these days? They've had a really hard time. They have been cut off. And during the time, now we did make a series called Let's Talk. It's a very frank video series during the time that we were literally shut down March to July. We didn't work. And we tried to make a video regarding our clients. And many of those videos are about child alienation. These poor kids need to be taught love, compassion, and understanding. They came into this world with two parents. And you know what? If people are split up, please share the child. Please share the child nicely.
Yeah.
It's not about the money.
No, and we're going to
Stop it.
We're going to get into that. And I want to say this, Sussy,
Yeah.
because there is so many people that are mad at each other.
Yeah.
And I do have to say, in the book, there's a chapter and it's called Uncoupling. If you really can't get along with someone,
Yeah.
uncouple with grace.
Yes.
And look up the word grace.
Yeah.
And send them with love. And I know myself because I'm very strong. I know who I am. I know where I'm going at this stage of my life.
Yeah.
And there's nobody that's ever going to brainwash me or put me down or whatever. So of course I have people that it's almost like they attack me, and it doesn't matter. And I just say to them, I have uncoupled with you with love.
Yeah.
I have cut the cord.
Yeah.
Because life is too short. And I'm going to tell you one thing.
Life is too short.
There is no guarantee of tomorrow.
That's right.
Okay.
Today's the day. How are we going to live our life?
Exactly.
And so today is the day, and we have this time. And I just really want to tell people I'm so excited for the world. I really am. And there's a lot of hope, and there's a lot of love,
That's
and there's
right.
a lot of joy, and there's a lot of people who are wanting the right things in this world. So stay focused and stay positive, and
stay connected
stay
to
connected.
source.
Yes.
Stay connected to source.
Yes.
Right now we're in a spiritual war,
Yeah.
and it's the dark
it
and the
is.
light,
Yes,
and
it
it's
is.
your choice.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's get to the children with the parent alienation.
Yeah.
Years and years ago, I was a young teacher, and my department head taught me something very wise. It was after Thanksgiving, and then I had this one student that kept coming in, and she seemed weird to me. I'm pretty intuitive. It was like, Miss, like you're just like my mom, how she wears her hair and her nails and whatever. And I go, oh, okay, that's all right. And then I had that's Ruby, our puppy dog. And then I had her counselor come and see me, and she goes, I don't know if you know about her, but she's actually an orphan and she's in foster home. I said, she's told me all these stories. And she said, yes. She said, it's very, very common that come after Thanksgiving, which is interesting because it's October, we move into December. They start, and they say the end of December and all of November, children that have come from trauma have a really hard time learning. Okay, because they're very emotional because of their past. Then I talked to my department head, and you know what he said? He said, Sandra, he said, the month of December, he said, children don't learn. He said, they are so traumatized. First and foremost, who's going to take them?
Yeah.
Some of them have no parents. They're in foster homes. Other ones, they're fighting about them. And Game Changer has a whole chapter on blended families.
Yeah.
And we actually were endorsed by Dorothy Briggs that had the Divorce magazine. And Leslie, you work with families, and I'm sure at this time, and I'm sorry, I'm going to make the statement here. Right now, I know of 3 or 4 women that have left their husbands. They've taken the children. It doesn't take them long to find a boyfriend to move in. Now what they're after is support from their husbands. And a lot of them will make false claims,
Yes, they
which
do.
Leslie can talk about.
Yes, they do.
Parent alienation. And Lisa, I think it was Lisa, and actually I've got it on the website, on the press release, it shows you she's done major investigation into parent alienation. Don't do this to your children. And if you know of people that are doing it, try and talk to them about it. It's the children. Okay, Leslie, tell us some of the challenges that you've seen with people.
Well,
and what can, if they're lying, when they got lying.
So let's be frank. In my office, I just call a spade, and not all uncoupling goes this way, but sadly, for 20 years in my office, I speak about these things because I do see this. This is in my world all the time, and it is this. a couple has had a child or several children, but something's happened in that relationship. It's taken a serious turn. Either somebody's cheated or this, or thought they were cheated, okay? Maybe your perception is that, or your gut can lead you astray, just saying. But anyways, so for some reason, you guys have split up, and now the children, but it comes down to divorce, the possessions, the money, the child, the house. And sadly, what happens is the most ghastly thing is to falsely accuse the dad usually of sexually assaulting the children in order to get them away. They talk on the phone, they talk to their friends about the dad in front of the children hear it, they are confused, they do not know. They are being lied about, the partners are, everybody's lying about that, saying this to the children. They are so confused, it's hurting them, it's ruining them. And then they're trying to go to school and look at what's going on there too. This is just too much.
Yeah.
And so please take a look at within yourself. Who are you? Do you want to be a good person? Do you want to be a bad person? What morals and values and structure do you have for your children? So at this time of year, and after 3 years of complete madness, and destruction of the family and the people and everybody's hearts and minds, please raise up our children, raise them up, be kind, be gentle. That is what Christmas is about. Being kind, give of yourself, and to be unselfish, and to not be tempted. Who do you talk to? Do you talk to only people who are divorced or single? Or are you talking to somebody else who is married, who's stayed married, who's worked through things? It really makes a difference of who are you talking to? And are you only on social media and you look at social media going, oh, that sounds like my partner, but it's not your partner.
No.
And so, or this, when somebody comes to take a polygraph and they prove themselves truthful, but then herein lies the conundrum with that. Somebody's wrong.
That's
Both people can't be right.
Right.
So when somebody takes a polygraph and proves themselves truthful, that other person needs to, out of their mouth, say, sorry, I was wrong.
Right. Well,
geez, that's hard for people to say.
But I was going to say, sometimes they're never going to admit that they're wrong.
No.
But you know what I like?
They'll say, Ken got it wrong.
Yeah.
You know what else they want to do? They want to say, what favor did Ken give, or this or that? I had people in the other day say, so can you be bribed? Now, okay, I wondered, okay, so here we're going to bring up the issue of Pinocchio. Pinocchio comes in today. So the issue is, when I was young, I did watch the Disney show Pinocchio. Some people think, oh, it's scary, it's too bad for children. No, it's not. It teaches them right from wrong. It teaches them many, many lessons. And in Pinocchio, it's about lying, cheating, and stealing. In order to become a real boy, it is about truth, and being brave and truthful and unselfish. And if you can do those things, you become a real boy. But here's the thing. Why I bring up that is because it's temptation with Pinocchio. He's trying to do good, and there's temptation around every corner. But come and do this, I'll give you this. Come and do this, I'll give you this. In my office, I'm offered money all the time. Would you take the money? I never take the money. The issue is, I have been offered, without a doubt, I'm telling you the God's honest truth, I've been offered over $1 million to give somebody a free pass. Would you turn down $1 million? I did. I also turned down a free house. I also turned down a car, turned down a lot of things all the time. The money is on the table. Are you going to take it? No, I'm not. I have to look at myself in the mirror, and I am not going to bend my morals for anybody. The second you do, they own you. Darkness owns you.
Right.
And you will never win by stealing. Lying, cheating, and stealing, you will not. So no, your physiology writes your own charts. The way you're going to pass that test in our office is by telling the truth. If you lie, I'm going to tell. If you're not
Right.
Yeah.
But if they lie, Leslie, there's also consequences
There's
when you work with the
consequences.
justice system.
Yes, there is. So yes, may I say this? And maybe you don't know this. Where we work is what's called an independent polygraph. That means that we are unbiased to your situation. Quite frankly, I am paid the fee. I'm paid $5.95 for a personal polygraph. No more, no less. I don't want any more. That's the cost. Sit down and take the test. And I'm sorry, I've lost
The
my
Justice
Oh,
Department.
yes. And with the justice system is this. A police polygraph is bias. You're not able to use that in court. Okay, that's their investigation tool.
Right.
But we offer an independent polygraph. Ken is one of the top polygraph examiners in Canada and has been court ordered by Edmonton Family Court to provide polygraph examinations for exactly what we're talking about. Child alienation and the fraudulent claim that your partner has sexually touched that child. And the judge ordered both the husband and wife to come and take the test. The husband was to take the test to prove that he did not do that to the child. If he passed, she had to come and take the test that she did not coach the child to say that, or she intentionally lied. That's being majorly looked at with the courts. So it's a crime to do that. It's a problem to do that. So never think that that's okay to do. And it's no different. It's this though. Who are we behind closed doors?
Right.
What is your integrity like behind closed doors?
Yeah.
If you're alone in somebody's room, are you going to go rifle through their stuff?
Yeah.
That's your integrity.
Integrity is doing the right thing when no one's watching.
That's exactly
okay.
Right.
And right now,
but if you know the divine, you know full well
there's somebody always watching.
God saw what you did.
Right.
And even now, that's why we have faith and we have trust that everything's going to be okay, because none of this is a surprise to God. None of it. Everything, there's nothing new under the sun. And this is predicted years ago. And so for me, I've read how it ends. I know how it goes, and everything's going to be all right. So have faith.
So guess what? So first and foremost, okay, it's like ITR is coming to town, which means it's about truth. Number one, just as Santa Claus is coming to town. And there are certain politicians that have said we don't have any more Christmas, and that's their challenge. Okay. You in your heart know what's happening at Christmas time. Number one. Number two, it's about finding out who you truly are, valuing, honoring, and acknowledging yourself, and not to be misled or coerced.
That's right.
By anything. Okay.
That's right.
A lot of things with other people, with government, with whatever. Okay. I will say this. I've been writing about what's been happening, the transformation since 2008. And I will say March of 2023 is going to be an opening. And we do have to say right now, the truth is coming out.
Yeah.
Okay. Twitter has been exposed, Elon Musk. And so as long as you don't lie, and my thing is, I have to look in the mirror every night. And all I know is, did I take from the world or did I deposit?
Yeah.
Okay. And so this wasn't meant to be a thing of sadness on Christmas.
No.
This is just meant to say, these are the truths that are out there. Number one, okay, as to when you're looking for someone. Okay.
Yeah.
I know some people that have just met somebody and it was just like, and they thought it was just all, and I went and they weren't who they thought they were.
Right.
And I always say, what is your lesson? And because today Neptune goes direct, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of things that you thought were real and they're not real. And it's like, just take it and thank God that you have seen the truth.
Yes, and we were talking about this earlier. I've been deceived.
Yeah.
And people know on our channel too, I've made a series called How I Choose to Live My Life. I talk very much about what happened to Ken and I. We're very smart. We're very wise. We do polygraph. I understand truth. How did we get so deceived? And how did we get so deceived?
Yeah, and they were. You might want to go and
Yeah,
watch their thing on their
and then
polygraph.
it's so shocking, it's depressing, it's terrible. But there came a time when we came out of that. And you know what? I had to learn the lesson. Do not be so trusting. Have some discernment in the situation and see things for how
They really are.
they really are. And I try to sift things through scripture and through other things and ask some people that I really trust what's going on and things like that. And so I've had to learn a very hard lesson in my life about being deceived. And I try to not let that happen.
Right.
So,
but I want to say this just before we end. The interesting thing with Leslie and I and Ken, we've had a relationship for years. Okay?
yes.
And Leslie,
since I was 15.
Right. And Leslie's into scripture. So there's always Bible readings and whatever. And I am into, I believe in God. I believe in the divine.
Yes.
I believe in Buddha. And so I look at astrology, and a lot of people can say, well, that's really evil. And we accept.
Yeah,
we do. We really do.
I love to hear her thoughts.
Right.
I love to hear all that. And you know what? We've talked many times about
Right.
that. The wise men, they needed the astrology. They needed that. They were guided by the stars to find Jesus.
Oh,
There's
right.
a lot of that going on. So, you know, we blend. I just
That's
love
right.
you.
Right. And so what I want you to do is I want you, I would ask you, okay, during this Christmas time to number one, use discernment in everything you do and watch for what's coming out, because what's coming out is going to shock a lot of people. Okay. Number one, number two, number three, see a person for who they really are, as opposed to who you want them to be.
Yeah.
See a situation for what it really is, as opposed to what you want it to be. Okay. And that was something from Buddha. Okay. Yeah. And so be open. And what I'm saying is there's been a lot of brainwashing. There's been a lot of deception. Okay. And make this a different Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay. What is Christmas really all about? Okay. That's up to you. And all we did today was, what do you bring to the table?
Yeah. Because this year, you do get your table. You are with your family and your friends and life, and everything is different. And it's what you make it. Right. So please make it great. Make it special. Make it so special for the children this year. Be happy. Be joyful. And have a lovely time. And what is the new year going to be for you?
Right.
What does 2023 have in store? What are you going to manifest? What do you want? What are your goals? What are your hopes? What are your dreams? Right. Okay. Are you on the couch or are you getting to it? Put one foot in front of the other.
And let's go. And so thank you so much for taking the time. So number one,
Merry Christmas.
Right. I would love it if you would comment to get a chance to get a session of reading. Number two, if you would share this and if you would subscribe to the channel. And I think if you push the little button, then you get notified and of course my algorithm's a little bit down because Facebook doesn't like some of the information
things you say
that I share. So I'm actually looking at a social media called Substack right now. But anyway, lots of love, many blessings, and
we'll see you next time wherever the road takes us.
Yeah, wherever the road takes them, I kind of follow them. And if we can get together, which we did now after years, and if not, wherever they are, I'm finding them. And I need to just shut this off and not lose it, Leslie. So stop recording at